This documentary may contain footage of strays in distress or injury. Please watch with discretion.
爷醒来就开始狂叫，
嘎嘎叫，嘎嘎叫，嘎嘎叫。但是已经喝了，看你的肚子。
哎呦，哦哟，终于翻过来了，哦哟。